Let's go. Here at Roundhouse Park, St. James Cathedral, the Gooderham building chair post, let's get to it. We grabbed corn. Get really low. Okay, so it took me a while, but I realized that vinegar starts with D. It's really difficult to get the proportions of the actual building. He's got all day to do it, and 30 miles to go. There we go. Okay, now we just hold. I think I have basically everything, although I could be missing a giant detail. Let's go! And that there is the St. James Cathedral here in St. James Park, our first destination for our tour. St. James Park was built over hundreds of years ago, but the cathedral itself was only built in 1797. I think that date's right. Editing Damon, please confirm. Anyhow, this park is sprawled from the very foundations of the ground and still forms within the city. It's an absolutely wondrous architectural structure, as well as the cathedral itself, which has gone through countless renovations and remodels. Growing in the city like this park has, I must also grow as an individual. As such, I'll be participating in the wonderful act of yoga. Alright, for the first pose, we're going to do tree pose, one of the easiest ones. We're going to hold each pose for 10 seconds, or at least attempt to. Let's go. Perfect, that's the easiest one we'll start with. Now we'll move on to a bit more advanced chair pose, where we're going to go into a squatting position and raise our arms, stretching our inner core once again. So for this one, we're doing chair pose. Let's get to it. Alright, for next difficulty, we're going to do a figure skating technique that I used to do back in the day called shoot the duck. Because you're going to want to do an extreme squat, but one leg, so like this. That's about as I expected it to go, to be honest. Okay, let's try that again. So you want to get down on one leg, and get really low, and nope. Okay, let's try the other leg maybe, that'll be a bit easier. There we go. Okay, now we just hold. Straight leg. And now our final pose, the half moon pose. So half moon is kind of like a lunge in a sense, except you're gonna want to lunge forward, and you have to reach your other hand. I should probably open up towards the camera. So left leg, lunge, reach the hand down, and lift up, or something like that. So I'll call that a success, all things considered. No, we're going to try shoot the duck again. That's going to be our massive difficulty curve, the final one. If I can hold the duck for 10 full seconds, that'll be challenge complete, alright? So we go down. Oh, we're going to go on the right leg. It's tough, I'm telling you. You know what, that's enough of that. This is the St. Lawrence Market of downtown, is what I would say if the video hadn't corrupted my audio. So let's talk about what happened. As I was trying to say, this establishment was built in 1803 and has hosted a number of independent vendors selling goods from all over the world. This challenge had me purchasing an item starting with 5 different letters as given by a friend, while staying below a budget of $30. My letters were C, H, J, L, and V. To start down the busy market space, I found myself surveying the options and what each vendor had. I found crackers, which start with C, but were artisanal and very expensive, so not quite an option. Same went for the meats and cheeses in this deli, so I had to look elsewhere. I did manage to find some jam, which I could easily pick up for the letter J. Moving on, I thought to explore the produce as there'd be a variety of affordable options there. And I was right. After some searching, I found limes for the letter L and corn for the letter C. I wanted to grab jalapenos for H, but they start with J, unfortunately. I later found hats for the letter H, then miraculously my audio returned, so here's going to that. Okay, so it took me a while, but I realized that vinegar starts with V, so if I just find someone that sells vinegar, we're fine. Alright, so we found the vinegar, and I think that closes out our list. Okay, we have our supplies. We went over budget by $7 because of tax, but previously the prices would not have gone over. So, for C, we grabbed corn. Next letter was H, which was the toughest one for price-wise. But we have hats. Then we had J, where I have not jam, but jelly. Might be a good treat to have. Then we had L, which I grabbed. Limes. And to finish it off, we have V, which was difficult, but we have a glaze with primarily vinegar, which I think counts for the price overall. So yeah, challenge complete. The Gooderham building was built in 1809 in one of the most historic locations in all of Toronto. This building's faux art mural art style along this red brick wall is one of the most iconic sites, similar to the Flatiron Building in New York. Its central location is located between our previous two sites, between St. Louis Market and St. James Park, almost like splitting this area apart in downtown Toronto. As it's remained mostly unchanged over the last 200 years, it's shown as a key icon in Toronto's architecture and skyline. And now my challenge while I'm here is I'm going to have to recreate this mural in my sketchbook in 10 minutes. Let's see if my artistic ability matches that of the architect. Alright, I have my sketchbook here and we're about to get started. So I have 10 minutes to get this done and we'll see you at the end. So at 4:45, the timer will be up. Let's do this. You kind of want to make sure you get the folds in properly, otherwise it's not going to look good. It's a bit windy today, just hope the tripod doesn't knock over. It's really difficult to get the proportions of the actual building with the mural. There's the 4 rectangle windows. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to get it to fit on mine. I'm not sure how I'm going to do the detailing in this short of time. It's starting to look okay, although I'm halfway down the time, which is not reassuring. Oh, they have like archways on each one, I didn't even realize that detail. And then there's like they side things, almost like crosses in the middle. I almost wanted to be an art student at some point, but that didn't last super long. I did take art through most of high school, believe it or not. I guess you'll see if my skills have carried over all this time, if my drawing is really bad. Or if it's really good, then you know that it actually has carried over. I always wonder how people draw folds and stuff in clothing. It's so difficult, I feel like. Because the shadow work is just immaculate here, and mine is not going to be nearly as immaculate. I think I have basically everything, although I could be missing a giant detail. Oh, there's like screws pinning the actual sheet on. That's really cool. Unfortunately, I've forgotten them, so that's not good. Okay, that's time. Honestly, I think it turned out pretty good. Compared to the real thing, it doesn't look that bad. I'll send individual pictures, and then we'll see you at the next challenge. Challenge completed. Here at Roundhouse Park, first established 100 years ago, this 120-foot-long turntable helped deliver trains without setting up their boilers. These trains used to travel across the short distances like Hamilton to long distances of New York City to Chicago. My challenge here is to recite the lyrics of the song The Okaihau Express, one of the inspirations for this wonderful channel. A song about trains in the wonderful train yard of Toronto. So, without further ado, she starts out from Oteria, the smallest train you've seen. This is the Okaihau Express. She starts out from Oteria, the smallest train you've seen. This is the Okaihau Express. An engine and a guardsman with a carriage in between. This is the Okaihau Express. She was going round the bend, doing 10 miles an hour. No, I'm ahead, aren't I? There's one before it. We might be here a while, actually. I didn't memorize this beforehand. She starts out from Oteria, the smallest train you've seen. This is the Okaihau Express. The driver doesn't worry if he takes the journey slow. Driving the Okaihau Express. Did I have a lyric wrong?
You missed a line.
What line did I miss?
An engine and a guardsman.
Oh, I just skipped that one, didn't I? She starts out from Oteria, the smallest train you've seen. The driver doesn't worry if he takes the journey slow. Driving the Okaihau Express. She was going round the bend, doing 10 miles an hour. He caught that in the middle of the brisket. The engine smelled like steak for a week.
You misgendered the train.
I misgendered the train?
You misgendered the train.
What? Oh, she caught that bull. I thought it was the driver. She starts out from Oteria, an engine and a guardsman with a carriage in between. This is the Okaihau Express. It's got all day to do it and 30 miles to go. Driving the Okaihau Express, she caught that bull in the middle of the brisket. And the engine smelled of steak for a week. She stops at Lake Omapere to take some water in. This is the Okaihau Express. The fireman takes a bucket. The driver takes a swim. This is the Okaihau Express. Okaihau to Oteria. It's just a single track. This is the Okaihau Express. You can't turn it at the terminus. You just reverse her back. This is the Okaihau Express. Yes!
There we go.
Let's go. Oh, it's so dark. Wait, is the footage that dark? Let's go. And that's the final challenge completed. Thanks for watching. And thanks to my friend here with the script.
Hell yeah.
Bye. And that's the last of them. Hopefully you enjoyed the challenges and maybe you learned a thing or two about this city. Let me know if you'd like me to go on another adventure exploring other sites within Toronto and maybe as a different character. Comment down below, I'd love to hear from you all. I am truly grateful that I'm able to continue to make these videos and share them with anyone who finds them. Being able to be fun and silly in public took a lot of confidence, and I'm really glad I was able to do it outside of my normal comfort zone. So thank you again for sticking around, and till our next adventure, bye for now.